Panic erupts as the party spots a nightmare. A system warning flashes, prepare to face an elite monster, and the poison spider descends with a lethal 700 HP, forcing the group to flee while our protagonist stands his ground, because he knows this is his only path to survival, charging headlong into the beast's razor-sharp reach, while the onlookers mock him, whispering he's just going there to die, but he ignores their cowardice, locked in a deadly dance. As the spider lunges with terrifying speed, narrowly missing our boy who counters with a desperate strike, only to get tagged by poison, draining his health every second, yet he refuses to back down, eyeing the potential loot, while the monster strikes again, forcing him to activate his secret weapon. This eye of insight glowing as he predicts the next move, and he lands a brutal triple damage hit, drawing first blood, quickly planting his blade into the earth to chain his attacks. As the spider recoils from the unexpected tactical trap, leaving the observers stunned, how is he hitting that hard? He slashes again, weaving through the venomous onslaught, proving that even a low-level player can dominate with pure skill. Health ticking down, he chugs a potion to survive, muttering, "The poison is draining me, this has to end now," as he unleashes a flurry of strikes, racking up massive damage, narrowly dodging a lethal blow while the beast lunges again. Eyes locked on the target, he prepares his final gambit, parrying the monster's massive limb with a desperate clashing block, and he slams his chain into the ground, creating a binding cage, while onlookers shout, "Hey man, just die and respawn already." He ignores them, thinking, if this elite hit harder, I'd be finished, smirking as he declares, "Guess the warm-up is finally over," locking the spider in place with a web of iron chains. Leaving the elite monster completely immobilized and vulnerable to his blade, he leaps into the air, ready to deliver the finishing blow, sparks flying as his sword bites deep into the beast's hide, crushing its defenses until the elite's health bar hits absolute zero. While the stunned crowd gasps, how did he know the weak point? He lands with a cold glare, whispering, "I'm taking that first kill," finishing the dance as the monster collapses into nothingness. Breathing heavily, he watches the system screen light up in victory, and the world erupts in fireworks for the server's first elite kill. This server is buzzing with rumors about the mysterious player, but Jiang Liu is just trying to catch his breath, slumped in his wheelchair, fighting for every single gasp of air. As he stares into the void, whispering, "My name is Jiang Liu," knowing his body is failing him with only 6 months left to live. Trapped in a cycle of poverty where medicine is just a dream, until a cryptic message from an old friend offers him a lifeline, revealing the secret truth behind the global phenomenon known as New Origin. A world where the elite are literally evolving beyond human limits, and he realizes he's been granted access to a forbidden monster chat, eavesdropping on creatures that do not even know he is watching them, hearing them spill the location of a legendary hidden treasure. So he decides to gamble everything on this stolen intel, digging beneath the ancient tree to claim his destiny, and the system confirms his loot, the long-lost god's secret treasure, granting him the amethyst sword to finally start his climb, plus the Eye of Insight, a skill that exposes every lethal weak point. Thinking, if I use this info, I can finally break my limits, while the monsters in the chat go absolutely ballistic over their missing prize. And Jiang Liu vows, "I have to get stronger to save my family." Back in the sterile hospital room, Jiang Liu's family watches him struggle, his brother swearing, "I'll earn enough to cure you," while his mother sobs, "I'm sorry I've failed you," desperate to escape their poverty. As he injects his final dose of medicine, knowing he has only 3 days left, realizing that New Origin is his absolute last hope for survival, and his eyes sharpen with a cold, newfound resolve as he logs in, diving into the digital void to hunt for the secrets he overheard, where the monster chat reveals that high-level entities are descending upon the newbie zone, leaving him stunned. Big shots, inheritances, resources. This is his golden ticket, as he straps on his gear ready to gamble his life on this intel, and the system welcomes him back to the game world with a chilling promise, where he checks his inventory, confirming the rare loot he just secured, revealing elite black iron gear that instantly boosts his pathetic level 4 stats, stacking his HP, MP, and luck with powerful new equipment. Smirking as he realizes this is the power of an elite drop, when a gorgeous system sprite appears, bowing, "Greetings, master," announcing, "Congratulations on obtaining the first kill title," granting him a god-tier passive skill that guarantees a critical hit on every 3rd strike. And he quickly hides his status to avoid unwanted attention, feeling the surge of strength, whispering to himself, "If an elite kill gives this, what will a boss drop?" This system sprite breaks down the brutal reality of loot, showing that rare gear is the only way to survive this hell, where monster difficulty dictates the quality of your survival kit. And Jiang Liu just nods, realizing exactly what he needs to do, but a group of thugs spots him and starts closing in, demanding he hand over his rare gear for their dominator family, while he coldly replies, "Sorry, I'm in a hurry," yet they refuse to back down, threatening him for his loot. So he smirks and asks, "What if I say no, are you going to kill me?" This leader laughs, claiming his guild takes whatever they want, sneering, "If you've got strength, you do whatever you want," as one of the goons lunges, thinking our boy is an easy mark. But Jiang Liu effortlessly leaps away, dodging the strike with ease, checking the game's pain settings with his sprite to stay focused, before turning back to the thugs and saying, "Got it, you can go," knowing he has to avoid damage to keep his real-world health stable. He checks his stats, realizing his agility is his greatest weapon, while the thugs charge again, desperate to strip him of his gear. He prepares to counterattack with lethal, calculated precision. and hits them with the cold line, "Worry about yourself first." Zhang Liu strikes with lethal precision, forcing the thug to scream, "No way, I got one shot, my gear." As the rest of the gang freezes in absolute terror, their leader sweating, "How is this possible? How can he have this speed?" Before Zhang Liu dashes forward, closing the distance in a blur, weaving through their clumsy attacks like a seasoned veteran, his blade glowing with the cold light of his new treasure. Landing a devastating critical hit that shreds their health bars, and he effortlessly deflects a heavy swing with a flick of his wrist. Staring down the leader as he whispers, "Your defense is pretty high, huh?" This goon panics, charging blindly while screaming in pure desperation. But Zhang Liu anticipates every move, sliding under the guard, activating his Eye of Insight to unleash a brutal three-ring combo, leaving the minion to cry out, "Boss, watch out, this kid's skill is freaky." While our protagonist stands tall, coldly declaring, "Your turn." This desperate leader grabs his own teammate, snarling, "I'll use you as a shield." And the poor guy realizes too late he's just a pawn in this game, as Zhang Liu pivots, ignoring the meat shield to target the boss directly, who swings his weapon wildly, shouting, "You bastard, I'll cut you down." But Zhang Liu counters with a flurry of strikes, dominating the exchange. Zhang Liu lands a devastating critical hit. And the thug realizes he's completely outmatched, screaming in agony as his health bar evaporates, cursing, "I'll make sure you die a horrible death." But our hero just walks away, looting the remains, securing black iron gear that instantly upgrades his mobility, feeling the surge of agility as he heads back to town, where he notices the villages crawling with strange NPCs, hearing rumors of players getting deleted by a mysterious woman, when a starving, silver-haired girl approaches him, begging for a taste of the cake he's holding, which he crafted himself from rare mountain ingredients, her eyes sparkling with pure unadulterated hunger, while a shopkeeper tries to shoo her away, leaving Zhang Liu wondering if this is the big shot he heard about, as the girl breaks down, sobbing about not eating for days, reminding him of his own family's desperate struggle, flashing back to his brother trying to comfort their crying sister, promising her that better days are coming soon. And Zhang Liu smiles, realizing he's found his new purpose. Zhang Liu approaches the shopkeeper with the starving girl, asking, "How much for that cake? I'll buy it." This greedy merchant sneers, trying to play hero. "That'll be 1 gold, 40 silver, and 99 copper coins." Zhang Liu freezes, realizing the NPC is literally draining his entire life savings. But he knows the exchange rate to real-world currency makes this a massive gamble for his survival. He reaches into his pocket, clutching his last bit of wealth, and hands over the payment to save the girl, who cries out in hunger as he finally secures the food. He grits his teeth, thinking, "If this quest costs this much, she has to be a big shot, I'm going all in." This shopkeeper laughs, snatching the coins and handing over the item, while Zhang Liu presents the cake to the silver-haired girl. A mysterious, overwhelming purple aura suddenly erupts around them. As the girl's eyes glow with power, whispering, "As expected of the first kill, your courage is on another level." This air warps with intense energy, revealing a stunning woman standing in their place, introducing herself as Lunaria, a being who punishes those who try to cheat the system. She smiles dangerously, admitting, "Some players dared to talk to me in a filthy way, so I just." Zhang Liu stares in shock, realizing this NPC is the one deleting players from the game. But she leans in close, purring, "You've got a pretty kind heart, kid, I like that." She turns to leave, satisfied with his test of character, calling back, "Your fate is not bad, go and complete my trial." A surge of purple energy erupts, signaling a massive shift, leaving the surrounding players stunned as they whisper, "How did he trigger that?" Zhang Liu stares at his screen in disbelief. "I triggered a unique quest." Panic sets in as he checks his inventory. "Wait, what about my wallet?" Seeing his balance at zero, he screams, "I just made that gold and did not even get to enjoy it." Desperate to replenish his funds, he decides to sell his hard-earned loot, heading straight to the bustling market to find a buyer. Other players gawk at his gear, realizing this crude gear is actually top tier. He tries to offload his items, but the crowd starts a bidding war, until a high-level player steps in, declaring, "I'll pay 1 gold coin." It's the leader of the Celestial Tech Squad, a massive guild, who smiles and suggests, "Bro, how about we talk somewhere more private?" Zhang Liu keeps his cool, simply replying, "Sure." Inside a quiet room, the leader probes, "So you're a solo player, huh?" He offers a friendly grin, "Think of that gold as a greeting gift, let's work together." Sipping his drink, Zhang Liu narrows his eyes, "Work together." This leader leans forward, asking, "Ever heard of hidden class badges?" He explains the standard classes, but then reveals the deeper truth, showing that the world is filled with thousands of rare, hidden paths. Before making his pitch, "If you find a hidden badge, I'll pay you a fortune." Zhang Liu stares down the guild leader, asking, "Why do you think I'd be able to get a hidden class badge?" This red-haired man smirks, noting how Zhang Liu is already decked out in top-tier gear. And our hero coolly retorts, "So now you're curious about my so-called way of staying ahead." Laughing it off, the leader claims he's just making conversation. But he can't help but compare Zhang Liu to a legendary solo player who once dismantled an entire guild. He recalls the terror of the blood-drinking Mad Blade, a solo force of nature, and insists that while he respects solo players, he needs to recruit talent to grow his own organization. Zhang Liu keeps his guard up, thinking, "For some reason, I have this feeling I'll be able to get what I'm looking for from you." He considers the potential alliance with the Celestial Tech Squad, but knows his priority is the mysterious woman's quest. So he checks his interface, recalling a tip about scattered rocks along the coast. A quick scan of the monster chat group confirms the location, and he spots a group of players blocking his path, who immediately size him up, mocking his hidden name and low-level appearance. Before the Dominator Guild members try to recruit him as a literal damage sponge for their party, Zhang Liu does not hesitate, shutting them down with a cold, "No thanks, I prefer going solo." This woman in the group scoffs, pointing out that even the top-ranked sword can't scratch the turtles, and she tries to bait him with a condescending offer to lend him a weapon. But as he walks away, they just sneer, "He'll regret it and come begging us later." Zhang Liu remains unfazed, knowing he's already crossed this guild before and needs to stay sharp, finally arriving at the West Coast beach to face his next challenge. This party struggles to scratch the turtles, dealing only 1 damage, while Zhang Liu watches from afar, wondering where the hidden spot is, until he spots a secluded forest path leading toward the coastline. Realizing he's finally found the secret location he was searching for, where a massive cluster of sand turtles are trapped against the rocks, and he checks their stats, seeing they are level 5 with high health, but he just smirks, whispering, "Sorry about this, little turtles," before unleashing a flurry of attacks that instantly delete the monsters, leaving nearby players stunned as they watch him land massive critical hits. While the Dominator Guild leader laughs, oblivious to the danger lurking nearby, as Zhang Liu continues his relentless assault, clearing the beach with ease, and the guild members watch from the bushes, their jaws hitting the floor, seeing the damage numbers skyrocket as he shreds through the turtles, realizing this is the same solo player they tried to recruit earlier, when they notice the turtles are actually stuck, unable to fight back. And the woman realizes he's found a broken, infinite farming spot, asking boss, "Should we go rob him? That's a prime leveling spot." But the leader hesitates, knowing they can't take him in a fair fight, so he decides to call in their guild's top dog for backup, plotting to steal the territory and claim the glory for their own. Zhang Liu sighs at the abysmal drop rate, realizing he needs these specific items for the mission, while checking his stats and noting the brutal difficulty. When a massive, rare sand turtle suddenly erupts from the ground, getting itself wedged perfectly between the jagged rocks, and our guy grins, "Nice, another one stuck, grinding just got easier." He unleashes a flurry of strikes, shredding the monster's health, but the beast lets out a deafening roar of defiance, forcing him to realize, a rare monster, why so sudden, as he spots a guild chat notification about reinforcements incoming. Thinking, perfect timing, if a solo player wants the lead, I need these kills. Nearby players watch in awe, whispering, is he actually planning to solo that? Zhang Liu lunges forward with blinding speed and lethal intent, landing massive critical hits that send damage numbers soaring, while he effortlessly kites the beast, exploiting its sluggish movement. Realizing, with my current agility, I can chain 4 hits, this is mine. He dances around the turtle, delivering a relentless high-speed assault, leaving the onlookers stunned, taking down a rare monster alone. That's absurd. Yet the beast still hangs on with 30% health remaining, until Zhang Liu pauses, his eyes narrowing as he senses something. This Dominator Guild leader rallies his troops to steal the kill, charging at Zhang Liu with a brutal, earth-shattering strike, while he commands his lackeys to chip away at the rare beast. Sneering, "Just a dream, we meet again, you despicable rat sneak." Zhang Liu realizes he's surrounded by players who outlevel him, thinking, so this is the advantage of corporate sponsorship, this just got tricky. This guild members debate whether to jump in or play it safe, deciding to hide and wait for the perfect moment to steal the loot, as one attacker lunges forward, screaming, "Kid, hand my gear back." But Zhang Liu dodges, taunting, "If I killed you once, I can kill you again." He prepares to counterattack, snarling, "I'll start with you." A teammate lands a heavy blow, forcing Zhang Liu to take the hit, and he gasps, realizing, is that defensive gear? This leader laughs, "What, not running anymore, eat my axe." A massive critical hit lands, sending blood flying as his health drops, leaving him cornered against the jagged rocks of the coastline, while he wonders, why does my chest feel tight? Is it the shock from that strike? This guild members mock his silence, asking if he's finally given up, but he scoffs at their arrogance, "So much for first kill, you look pretty ordinary to me." This leader surrounds him, demanding, "Hand over all your gear right now." This guild leader sneers, "Tell everyone you were defeated by me, Dominator of the world, and I might let you live," adding, "Otherwise, my men will camp your spawn point until you're back to level 0. Zhang Liu struggles to breathe, realizing his health condition is triggering a dangerous flare-up, while the arrogant leader continues his ultimatum, completely oblivious to the chaos erupting behind him. Suddenly, the guild members scream in terror, what's going on? This rare sand turtle has mutated, growing exponentially stronger because they fed it too much experience, and the beast unleashes a devastating red aura that sends the guild members flying. Zhang Liu watches the carnage, noting the monster's massive stats and lethal sandstorm skill, but the leader ignores the danger, shouting, "Don't run. It only has 19 HP left, just hit it once." He desperately rallies his troops, promising whoever lands the final blow gets a piece of black iron gear. Greed blinds the guild members, who charge back into the fray, screaming, "Charge, we can just respawn." They swarm the mutated beast, desperate to claim the rare loot for themselves. Yet their attacks deal pathetic damage, leaving the boss frustrated as he realizes he's losing control. Zhang Liu sees his opening and dashes toward the beast, thinking, if I log out now, all my progress vanishes, I have to hold on a little longer. This guild leader spots him and bellows, "The rare monster's first kill is mine." He tries to shove Zhang Liu aside, but our hero snaps back, "The one in the way is you." Enraged, the leader swings his massive axe, snarling, "You dare go against our Dominator Guild?" Sparks fly as Zhang Liu barely parries the heavy strike, his body screaming in pain, but he refuses to back down, locking eyes with his opponent in a high-stakes standoff. Zhang Liu stands his ground as the guild leader charges, but the mutated sand turtle erupts in a blinding red aura, forcing the entire squad to scramble as the beast unleashes chaos. While our hero activates his skill, Eye of Insight 3-ring combo, landing a devastating sequence of strikes that shred the monster's health, leaving the onlookers stunned. Who the hell is this guy? As they realize their pathetic chip damage was never going to win, and the system announces, "Congratulations, first rare monster kill achieved." Zhang Liu turns his gaze to the Dominator squad, taunting, "Ready to be wiped by me instead," as fear grips the guild. Forcing them to flee, screaming, "He's crazier than the monster," while he ruthlessly strips their gear, leaving them begging for mercy, and the survivors watch in horror as their equipment vanishes into his inventory, until he commands them to stop, freezing them in their tracks, where they desperately laugh, "No need to trouble yourself, we're leaving the beach littered with the loot of the defeated guild. As Zhang Liu collapses, exhausted, need to unload this and log off. But he quickly messages a contact, interested in 100 pieces of gear, when suddenly another elite turtle spawns right in front of him, and he sighs, "You really know how to pick your timing, big turtle." Zhang Liu knows his health is failing fast, screaming as he channels every ounce of his remaining strength, finally accepting his duty as the eldest son to protect his family, landing a flurry of critical hits that shred the beast's defenses, proving that even with a frail body he can change his destiny, and with one final decisive movement he secures the victory, refusing to let go of the hard-earned progress he has built, as he strikes down the monster, declaring, "Not here and not like this." This system announces his legendary achievement to the entire server, leaving players everywhere stunned by his impossible solo feat, while the rare loot drops, shimmering with immense power. But Zhang Liu's physical condition reaches a breaking point, forcing him to realize that his time is running out, until the game forcibly logs him out for his own safety, dropping his helmet onto the floor of his quiet room, where he collapses on his bed, shivering from the intense strain, gasping for air and wondering if his body can truly hold on, when his mother enters, cheerfully asking how he is feeling today, calling out for him as she steps into the empty room. And Zhang Liu forces a smile, "Mom, I'm feeling great, let me help you." Family dinner is served with a rare treat as his brother urges him to eat up, insisting the beast meat is vital for his training, while his father adds, "This is a crucial time for you," so he vows to reach level 3 and move them out, earning a proud smile from his father who believes in him. But the world outside is a nightmare of rampaging mutations, where only the awakened can stand against the tide, wielding supernatural arts to carve out a path for survival, as the Federation builds a new district for the elite, promising a paradise far from the chaos of the old world, where advanced care and technology await those who qualify, making a level 3 awakening the only ticket to safety. So he excuses himself, knowing he must grind for their future, grabbing his gear to dive back into the virtual abyss, determined to secure a legacy even if his time is short. But he logs back in only to find a chilling surprise, staring in confusion at the scene unfolding before him, where a high-level player blocks his path to the loot, sneering, "If you're not afraid to die, go ahead and pick it up." Panic ripples through the players as they realize they've stumbled upon the legendary Celestial Squad, but their leader just grins, calling out to Zhang Liu with a friendly, "Brother Celestial." And the master of the squad stares at the mountain of loot, asking, "Master, why hide your name and level?" Before adding with a laugh, "You're the one who killed that rare monster, but logging out here was risky." Zhang Liu sheepishly rubs his head, admitting, "I owe you one, but something urgent came up in the real world." He gestures to the scattered spoils, offering, "This is all from the Dominator squad, you name the price." This leader looks at him in awe, muttering, "You took them all out alone, I can't even read your strength." He laughs, "I'll take the lot, our squad is growing and we need this gear to survive the early game." Offering a massive payout, he suggests, "How about 50,000 star coins? Send me your details and it's yours." Zhang Liu nods in relief and the leader adds, "I'll take all of this, but I have one more question." With a charismatic smile he proposes, "How about joining our Celestial Tech Squad?" Promising, "I can get you the best offer available in the entire game." Zhang Liu pauses, thinking joining an organization is tempting and he seems like a genuinely good guy. He smiles back, offering a polite refusal, "Thanks, Brother Celestial, but I'm more used to going solo." Explaining his choice, he adds, "Tying myself to a team limits my freedom and I can't guarantee I'll stay ahead." This leader chuckles, "I figured that was your answer, but the higher-ups made me ask at least once." Waving goodbye, he shouts, "If you have more gear to sell, make sure to call me again, master." Alone once more, Zhang Liu finally opens his inventory, whispering, "Let's see what I actually got from those kills." This screen flashes with a permanent agility boost, a mysterious gold-tier dagger, and a silver necklace with a blink skill, followed by a full set of black iron armor that is about to make our hero absolutely unstoppable. Zhang Liu grins at his haul, "I actually got this much stuff, including gold and silver gear." Equipping the entire set, he laughs, "This is a massive power spike." As the system confirms his new stats, including a blink dash skill, he worries, "This gear is way too flashy, I don't want to be a target again." So he commands his sprite to hide the appearance, keeping his humble starter look. Staring at the mysterious gold dagger, he wonders, "Why can't I see these stats?" frantically trying every command he knows to unlock the weapon's true potential. He shouts at the screen, "Hey, wake up already," until he realizes it's not a password. Does it want me to throw it? With a decisive flick of his wrist, he yells, "Go," and the dagger streaks through the air like a bolt of lightning, returning to his hand as he muses, "This weapon is actually pretty interesting." Suddenly, a mysterious woman appears, catching him completely off guard, and she smirks. "The stats are average, but the extra skill is pretty fun." Zhang Liu panics, shouting, "Demon woman, give that back." She glares down at him, asking, "What did you just call me?" forcing him to stammer, "A Lady Lunaria." As she demands to know about her trial, he quickly hands over the bag of quest items, relieved that the monster's rampage helped him finish. And she smiles, bestowing a reward that makes his screen glow. As the system chimes, "Level up," pushing him one step closer to his goal. Zhang Liu hits level 10 and the appraisal reveals a beastly gold-tier dagger, boasting a 10% chance to deal 10 times damage. This is absolutely broken, but Lunaria reminds him that the final stats depend on the appraiser's skill, and since she handled it personally, he knows he just got incredibly lucky. So she sends him off to the Bat Cave to tackle the second trial, triggering a unique quest to collect 100 vampire bat fangs. Yet he's left stunned when she demands an appraisal fee, leaving him penniless, watching her vanish as he stands alone on the shore, screaming internally, "I knew it, she's a total demon woman, my money is gone again." But he shakes it off, demanding that she better have even better rewards later. And he recalls a rumor from the monster chat group about the Bat Cave, frantically searching his logs to find the hidden information, where he discovers a secret. A hidden class badge is buried deep inside, so he turns to his system sprite, asking for the lowdown on the cave, and she confirms she's ready to assist her master with the details, explaining that the Bat Cave is a high-difficulty map and the only path forward, where players can hunt for the 5 great class badges needed for the level 10 promotion. But Zhang Liu is not settling for a normal path, he wants that stronger hidden class, and though his sprite admits she lacks intel on early-game hidden classes, he resolves to rely on his own instincts to claim the ultimate power. Knowing a hidden class badge awaits makes the risk worth it, so he marches toward the Bat Cave entrance where desperate players are scrambling to form parties, but our guy just wonders why everyone is already level 10, watching as a group gets wiped out and loses progress, when a random player tries to recruit him for safety, but Zhang Liu politely declines, choosing to walk into the darkness alone, leaving the crowd stunned as they whisper, "What kind of top dog is this guy?" Deep inside the cavern, he prepares for the hunt, dumping his remaining stat points into agility to maximize his speed. And with his stats soaring, he locks onto a target, dodging a lethal strike by a hair as the vampire bat lunges, sneering at the beast, no honor at all, going for a sneak attack, before declaring, "Fine, I'll start with you," and unleashing a flurry of strikes that shred the monster's health bar, dancing around its purple energy attacks with effortless grace, landing a critical hit that sends the creature reeling, leaping into the air to deliver a devastating blow. His eyes glowing with focus as he prepares the finishing move, shattering the bat's defenses with a massive burst of damage, and as the dust settles, he realizes he's just unlocked something incredible. Zhang Liu locks eyes with a level 10 vampire bat elite, grinning as he realizes this is the perfect test for his new gear, though he knows better than to expect a rare class badge from a standard elite. But the monsters do not care about his theories and swarm him with a screech. So he taunts the pack, "Don't tell me what I'm looking for is on you, little guy in the back." Nearby, a group of players watches in horror as they lecture each other on survival, warning everyone to stay alert while the captain spots our hero charging in, and they scream at him to get back, but he's already shredding through the mobs, leaving the party stunned as they recognize his blade as the legendary fallen dagger, while he snaps at them, "I told you, stop standing in my way." Before he lunges forward, his strikes landing with lethal precision on the elite, and the entire server lights up with a world message announcing his first ever elite kill, leaving the nearby players completely speechless as they stammer, "I've never even seen 180 damage, let alone 1800. Zhang Liu just laughs, "Oh, first time proccing 10x damage, nice," while a tiny, mysterious bat watches him from the shadows. And he prepares to dash again, his speed leaving the others in the dust. But the fanboys and fangirls swarm him, begging, "Master, please let me cling to your thigh." He looks absolutely overwhelmed, shouting, he flew away, as he tries to escape the crowd, yelling, hey, don't block my way, I'm really busy here, okay?" While the hidden target he was actually hunting slips away into the darkness. Zhang Liu finally ditches the annoying crowd, sighing in relief, as he checks the loot dropped by the elite monster, revealing a standard archer class badge that is not what he needs, so he realizes the hidden badge must be tucked away elsewhere, when a sudden notification pings, catching his attention immediately, as he taps his earpiece to answer a call from a contact, asking, "Hello, Brother Celestial, you want to lead a Bat Cave run?" This guy offers a deal, 30,000 coins to carry them through, but Zhang Liu counters, "How about 20,000, you keep the normal badges?" Adding, "And I get to keep any hidden class badge that drops," and after a quick negotiation the deal is officially locked in, leaving Zhang Liu to think, easy money, this should not cause any trouble, while miles away a rival player slams his desk in pure frustration, as his boss demands answers about their failing progress in the game, screaming, "My team's gear got blown up and now they want to demote me." He bellows at his subordinate, "What did blood-drinking Mad Blade say?" This lackey reports that the pro wants 1 million coins to join their squad, so the boss asks, will he help us take out just a dream? And the subordinate grins, he's dying to livestream a one-on-one duel, showing off a world message confirming the pro just secured a massive boss kill. Jiang Liu vows to make his enemies pay back every loss with interest, as he arrives at the dark, ominous depths of the Bat Cave, where a trio of players gossips about the mysterious just a dream. Wondering if the quiet, low-profile player is actually standing right in front of them, and Jiang Liu greets them with a casual wave confirming his identity, while the group apologizes for making the master wait so long, though they are visibly shocked, asking, how are you this skinny, where's your high-end gear? As they doubt if he can actually carry them through this high-difficulty zone, leaving our hero to just sweat drop in awkward silence. But the leader quickly silences his rude teammate with a swift, painful blow, while the victim whines about the intense pain of the game's sensory system. And suddenly, a lethal shadow descends from the ceiling, forcing Jiang Liu to snap into action and shove the others out of harm's way, as a swarm of bloodthirsty vampire bats screeches into the chamber, warning the team to stay back because these beasts specialize in backstabs. While the players try to offer support, Jiang Liu vanishes into a blur of motion, moving so fast that the bats can't even track his position, as he carves through their defenses with his glowing blade, landing precise, brutal strikes that shred the monster's health bars, and finishing the elite with a massive, screen-shaking critical hit. Jiang Liu's eyes blaze with intensity as he declares, done. This dust settles in the cavern, revealing the fallen elite. While his party stares in absolute disbelief, whispering, did he just one-shot that? He tosses them a standard badge, coolly telling them to keep moving, but the red-haired teammate can't stop fanboying over his legendary dagger, asking how he hits so hard with such basic-looking gear, which makes Jiang Liu sweat drop, thinking this is why I prefer solo runs. They venture deeper into the pitch-black, uncharted tunnels, where the atmosphere shifts, turning heavy and ominous. And the team hesitates, asking if he even knows the way, but he brushes it off, doesn't matter, we'll just pick a path, until they spot a terrifying sight looming above them, a massive swarm of bats hanging like a death sentence, and the group panics, begging him to turn back. But Jiang Liu's face lights up with a grin, found it. He locks onto the elusive little bat that escaped him earlier, telling his crew, more monsters just means more loot for us. While they warn him that he can't possibly dodge them all, so he orders them back, stay clear that bleed damage is no joke. And as he charges into the swarm, they can only watch in awe. Jiang Liu grips his blade, ready to slice through the darkness, as he lunges at the screeching beast with lethal, calculated speed, catching the monster off guard before it can even react. But his party members panic, shouting, oh no, Master did not one-shot it. And just as the creature prepares to retaliate, he vanishes into thin air, reappearing instantly behind the target to deliver a finishing blow, leaving his stunned teammates to gasp, it's Blink, where did he get that skill? While he checks his gear, noting the 25-meter range and the cooldown, and he waits for the timer to reset while dodging another incoming strike, before he weaves through the chaos, shredding the bat with precise, glowing slashes. As his party watches in awe, whispering, he's pulling them one by one, while he collects the fourth fang, grinning, wait for me little bat, and he continues his relentless assault, turning the cavern into a slaughterhouse, landing critical hits that leave the monsters no chance to survive, until 2 hours pass and he stands alone, surveying the carnage, as he hits level 12, dumping every single point into his agility. And he smirks at the shadows, the trial is done, next up is your turn, while his teammates wake up from their nap, completely oblivious to the grind, asking if they missed anything while he was busy clearing the entire room, so he just gives a thumbs up, only the last one's left. Jiang Liu flexes on his party for sleeping through his grind, as he waits for his blink skill to reset for the final target, but his teammate insists on helping, refusing to just ride his coattails. When suddenly a blur of motion tears through the cavern air, and Jiang Liu lunges at the elusive beast with a cocky shout, revealing the glowing red eyes of the monster hiding in the dark, as it narrowly evades his strike, leaving him to wonder what's next, while the sudden impact sends his teammates stumbling back in confusion, and they stare in horror as the true boss finally reveals itself, a massive, mutated vampire bat with stats that dwarf everything before it. Leaving the party trembling as they realize it has 4,000 health, so the red-haired teammate screams for everyone to retreat immediately, but the others refuse to back down, eager to test their limits, while Jiang Liu watches them bicker, demanding they listen to his lead, until he drops the bombshell that this beast might hold a hidden badge, which instantly changes their tune as they prepare for the fight of their lives, so he orders them to spread out and keep their potions ready. As the mutated monstrosity dives down with a deafening, lethal screech, and Jiang Liu dances through the air, narrowly dodging the razor-sharp claws, while his eyes lock onto the beast, searching for a single opening, Jiang Liu unleashes a flurry of strikes, but the boss barely flinches, revealing a terrifying, mutated face that screams pure, unadulterated malice, while our hero activates his Eye of Insight only to realize in horror, it has no weak spots, as his party members panic, shouting, Master, if you can't take it down, we're all as good as dead. He pushes through the pressure, landing another hit, but the damage is pathetic, leaving him desperate as he searches for any opening in the monster's defense, until a massive, razor-sharp claw lunges forward with blinding, lethal speed, slamming into him and sending his health bar plummeting into the red, as the sheer force of the impact creates a shockwave that rocks the cavern. And his teammates scream in terror, Master. watching him get absolutely wrecked, while a brutal debuff icon flashes, bleeding, lose 50 HP per second, as the mutated beast prepares to finish the job with a savage final strike, forcing his party to jump into the fray, screaming, "Don't you dare touch him." Zhang Liu desperately chugs a health potion, his HP ticking down in real time, gasping, "It's too tough, I need a second to analyze its patterns." While he focuses his mind, ignoring the constant drain on his life force. As his teammate hands him more supplies, yelling, "We'll hold it off, just do it," and he frantically works on a counter strategy while the others risk everything, knowing that no matter how hard they fight, the final blow rests on him. Zhang Liu's party is spiraling, crying, "Without you, we're doomed." But he's already locked in, chugging potions to stay in the fight. He knows the pressure is mounting, yet he keeps his focus sharp. His team watches him struggle, whispering, "Master, you're our only hope." He internalizes the weight of their expectations, thinking, "I can't let them down." This beast is relentless, shrugging off every single weak attack they land. Zhang Liu barks orders, "Aim properly, stop wasting your precious arrows." He gulps down another potion, his health bar barely hanging by a thread. "I have a plan," he declares, "but I need your full cooperation." He demands they buy him seconds, asking, "Can you hold it off?" This red-haired teammate hesitates, realizing the sheer danger of the task. Panic erupts as the boss strikes, but Zhang Liu stays completely calm. He reveals a golden badge, the key to shifting the entire battle. "I'm changing to Archer," he announces, grabbing the bow from his teammate. This red-haired guy screams, "Wait, you can't switch back once you do that." Zhang Liu ignores the warning, shouting, "Cut it out, confirm use." He snatches the weapon, yelling, "Stop shooting wild and save arrows for me." A surge of power erupts as he officially unlocks the Archer class. With a wicked grin, he tests his new gear, not bad at all. He draws the string, aiming directly at the monster's throat for the kill. Zhang Liu draws his bow, roaring, "Die bat, eat this arrow," as a streak of pure energy tears through the cavern, slamming into the beast with a satisfying, critical hit, and his teammate screams in disbelief, "Holy crap, I did more damage than Master." While the mutated monster recoils, its eyes burning with pure unadulterated rage, forcing the panicked teammate to cry out, "Master, save me." But Zhang Liu leaps into the fray, taunting, "Over here, little bat," as he locks eyes with the creature, pinpointing its only vulnerability. Thinking, "Just as I thought, your weak point is in your eyes, thanks for making it easy." And he unleashes a flurry of strikes, shredding the boss's health bar, while his teammate whines, "It's so unfair, Master, I changed class and still can't hit like you." So Zhang Liu barks, "Celestial wine, shoot its eyes." And the teammate complies, shouting, "Got it, eat another arrow." As the projectile lands perfectly, the teammate gloating, "Hit again, I'm a total genius." While the rest of the party watches in awe, whispering, "Is he actually syncing perfectly with Master?" And Zhang Liu weaves through the chaos, landing precise, lethal slashes. As he carves into the boss, his damage numbers climbing higher and higher, while the teammate yells, "Master, you're stealing all my spotlight, give this Divine Archer another chance." And Zhang Liu just grins, replying, "All right then, Divine Archer, I'm counting on you." Before he prepares for the final decisive strike, laughing, "Wahahaha, here I come." Zhang Liu lands a precision strike right on the boss's glowing horn, while his teammates bicker over who's actually contributing to the fight. But he cuts the noise, declaring, "Time to die peacefully, little bat," as he unleashes a devastating combo that shreds the monster's health bar, and the beast lets out a final, ear-piercing shriek of pure agony. Before it collapses, leaving our hero standing victorious in the cavern. Though he sighs, "My luck's not great, I haven't procced the dagger's bonus yet," while his teammates stare in disbelief, asking how he became this terrifyingly strong. And he kneels down to reveal the massive loot drop, 2 glowing light orbs, which turn out to be the rare Wind Whisperer and Druid hidden class badges, leaving his party absolutely stunned as he confirms they're both legitimate. And the red-haired teammate's eyes widen, realizing we're actually rich. As Zhang Liu keeps his word, handing over the spoils to his loyal crew, while the red-haired guy admits, "I never expected this run to be so dangerous." But Zhang Liu just smiles, noting that Celestial Wine's support was the real MVP, and the teammate struts around, bragging about his contribution to the kill, until a sudden, sharp blade pierces through his chest from the shadows, leaving Zhang Liu wide-eyed as he realizes they are not alone in the dark, and his party screams in terror as a mysterious assailant reveals their presence, whispering, "Logically speaking, all the rewards should go to me." This rival squad leader sneers, mocking their gear as pathetic, while Zhang Liu's party bristles, shouting back at the blatant disrespect, as the rival claims their history of conflict justifies this hostile takeover. And he gloats about bringing in their mortal enemy to finish them off, declaring, "So I'll just have to strike first," as his team surrounds them, demanding they surrender their rare badges and gear for a quick death. But Zhang Liu's teammate screams in defiance, refusing to back down, while Zhang Liu stays calm, telling his crew to fall back, as the rival steps forward, sneering that their small victories mean nothing. And he challenges our hero, asking, "You got the guts to face me one-on-one?" Leaving the party in shock as they realize exactly who this is, while the rival laughs, "In my eyes, you're not even in my league," revealing his terrifying title, the legendary blood-drinking Mad Blade. And Zhang Liu narrows his eyes, realizing his opponent has a hidden class, as the rival's teammates deploy drones to broadcast their duel to the world, zooming in on Zhang Liu's face as he accepts the challenge. While the internet explodes, realizing 2 absolute legends are about to clash, and Zhang Liu steps into the arena, ignoring his teammates' desperate warnings, as they whisper that no one has ever survived a duel against this monster. But the Mad Blade just grins, ready to unleash his lethal crit build. This teammate urges him, use the hidden class badge now, while his party cries out, Master, you have to win. Zhang Liu stares at the glowing badges, thinking, a hidden class, huh? Handing them off, he declares, hold these, I don't necessarily lose on crits. Refusing to rush, he adds, rushing this decision is disrespecting the outcome. As the world watches the legendary solo player face the top squad, this rival sneers, want to prep that sad HP bar before I kill you. But Zhang Liu cuts him off, no need, I'm already ready, forcing the Mad Blade to roar, then go and die. As a massive, glowing gale slash tears through the cavern floor. Zhang Liu's eyes widen, thinking, so fast, while his teammates scream, Master, watch out, as the lethal energy wave narrowly misses our hero, who lunges forward, closing the distance with a desperate strike, and the rival smirks, you've even got blink, good reflexes, as Zhang Liu lands a quick hit, drawing blood from the beast, but the Mad Blade counters with a heavy, crushing swing. Leaving Zhang Liu shocked, he blocked my third hit. So he pivots, use my agility advantage and kite him with speed. While the spectators gasp, no way, I've never seen a player break 60 agility. Zhang Liu strikes, but the damage numbers barely register, while his opponent mocks him, not a single wasted movement. As Zhang Liu realizes he's tracking my triple crit combo perfectly, and the rival sneers, just how much HP does this guy have? While the enemy claims, I've already figured out your pattern. As he boasts, defend against the third hit and you're nothing. But the rival's team watches the broadcast, calling the legend overrated, and they plot to camp the respawn point until he's level 0, dreaming of recruiting this monster into their own squad, while Zhang Liu retreats, his mind racing to find an opening, thinking I'm attacking at max speed and still can't break him, as the rival taunts, predicting your next move is all I need. While the spectators gasp, wait, he's auto-regenerating his health in real time. And Zhang Liu grits his teeth, this just got a lot harder, as the Mad Blade laughs, trash will always be trash, watch this crit. And his eyes glow with a terrifying blood-red intensity as he unleashes a massive screen-shaking strike of pure destruction, forcing Zhang Liu to think, something's off, I have to interrupt this charge, as he lunges into the chaos, screaming, just how thick is this bar? While the rival bellows, go die you trash, Zhang Liu's eyes widen in sheer panic, realizing not good, as the blood-drinking Mad Blade unleashes a devastating Gale Devastation slash, and our hero barely survives, gasping, without blink that hit would have zeroed me out. While his opponent mocks him, my skill can be used in rapid succession, can your blink do the same? Zhang Liu focuses, thinking, there should be a few seconds of downtime before he activates his skill. And he lunges forward, desperate to close the gap before the next wave hits, landing a flurry of strikes that chip away at the monster's massive health pool. But the Mad Blade just bellows, die, as he counters with a gale-raging slash that forces our hero back, leaving Zhang Liu reeling as blood sprays from a fresh, deep wound, and he stands his ground, trembling, while the rival looms over him like a predator. As Zhang Liu chugs a potion, muttering, only 12 HP left, what kind of busted damage is this? While the Mad Blade grins with blood-red eyes, laughing, this feels so damn good, hahaha, so good, and his terrified party watches, whispering, so even Master can't do anything against blood-drinking Mad Blade. While the rival's squad gloats, the Dominator name is about to be known across the whole server. As the Mad Blade raises his weapon, declaring, just a dream, your dream ends right here. And he sneers at our hero, kid, it's just your bad luck to run into me, I'll be helping myself to whatever gear you drop. Zhang Liu stares back with cold, focused eyes, whispering, bad luck indeed, as he channels his remaining strength, thinking, I've been waiting this long, it should finally proc now. While the rival taunts, a stubborn little ant watching you struggle is just ugly, give you 2 more tries and what are you going to do to me, trash. Zhang Liu strikes with lethal precision, shattering the rival's defense, shouting, I only need 1 opening to proc it, as a massive 4-digit damage number erupts across the screen, leaving the blood-drinking Mad Blade stunned and reeling in disbelief, while our hero capitalizes on the shock, closing the distance instantly. And the rival screams in denial, no, I didn't lose, it's just a dream, as his own teammates watch in horror, shouting, what kind of nonsense is that damage? While Zhang Liu's party stands frozen, whispering, did we actually win? As the internet goes wild, realizing the legend just got outplayed by a hidden class, and the rival's reputation crumbles as he hands the ultimate victory to his opponent, forcing his panic squad to scream, kill the stream, turn it off now. While Zhang Liu calmly surveys the legendary loot scattered at his feet, realizing he's secured the rare Bladebreaker badge and a unique treasure map, but the rival's team refuses to accept defeat, barking, drop everything you're holding, as they swarm him, desperate to salvage their pride and steal the gear. Yet Zhang Liu's allies jump in, snarling, shut up, Dominator of the world, and they unleash a barrage of critical hits that force the attackers back. While Zhang Liu smirks, mocking, like you said yourself, strike first, right? As the rival's team watches their leader's final item drop into the abyss, and our hero stands tall, asking, it's 4 versus 3, so want to give it a try. This squad rallies, screaming, brothers, hold the line for our honor, but their tank panics, I'm not taking that 3,000 damage hit, I'm out, forcing the leader to roar, get back here you cowards. As the 2 deserters scramble away, leaving their team exposed, while Zhang Liu mocks them, where's that legendary spirit you were bragging about? And his teammate hands over the spoils, Master, here are the badges you earned, as he smiles, time to return these to their rightful owner. Zhang Liu explains, these are the drops from the Mad Blade, they're all yours, revealing the rare Bladebreaker badge and lethal Night Bat gauntlets. While he thinks a high-speed assassin class, this is perfect for me, and the teammate asks for a hug but Zhang Liu shuts him down instantly, while the blonde beauty purrs, why not join our squad, we'd have so much fun, but he politely declines, if I ever join a group you'll be the first I call. As the red-haired warrior adds, I just wired you 100,000 star coins, check it. Leaving Zhang Liu stunned, 100,000, that's way more than we agreed on. But they insist he hear them out before he refuses the payment. As they reveal their squad secured dozens of badges and 2 hidden classes, claiming, we're hitting the top tier because you led us to victory. And they declare, you just crushed the strongest solo player, you're the king now. Concluding, our company wants you happy, so just take the money and relax. Zhang Liu grins, got it, in that case I'll gladly accept. As he tells his allies, let's regroup outside, I'm heading to the new map, while the blonde beauty pouts, boss, are you really not going to try harder to recruit him? And the red-haired warrior laughs, what, so you can be right next to him every day? As Zhang Liu walks away, the warrior thinks, the name Just a Dream is going to be everyone's nightmare. And our hero enters a mysterious, freezing cavern, wondering if it leads to the exit. But the temperature drops rapidly, leaving him completely isolated in the biting cold. As he mutters, this is way too realistic, is this bone-deep chill really just a game effect? When suddenly jagged shards of ice erupt from the ground to trap him, and he shouts, what the, my feet are frozen in place. As a terrifying, high-pitched screech echoes through the dark, icy tunnel, revealing a set of massive, razor-sharp fangs dripping with lethal intent. And a Frostwing Bat demon descends, its stats flashing a dangerous level 25. Forcing Zhang Liu to panic, how is there a level 25 monster here? What kind of busted stats are these? As the creature lunges with a devastating, frost-infused strike, and our hero barely manages to brace himself against the impact, thinking this thing is even more broken than the last boss, while the beast roars, its glowing eyes locking onto its trapped prey. And the massive demon circles him, preparing for a final lethal pounce. As Zhang Liu struggles, the ice is way too solid, I can't pull my feet out at all. Trapped in the freezing cavern, Zhang Liu screams, damn it, am I really going to die here? Realizing he has to switch classes immediately to save his precious gear, he pulls the trigger on the Wind Whisper class change, and his eyes glow with a primal, draconic intensity as he activates his new power. Chanting melody as chains bind this mortal shell, binding tune play, which instantly locks the demon in place, leaving him stunned, it's immobilized. He follows up with a devastating strike, with the thunder's wrath I call the storming tide of lightning, and the massive blast connects, dealing a staggering amount of damage to the beast, leaving Zhang Liu wide-eyed, F5-digit damage, just one hit. But before he can celebrate, a mysterious woman appears asking, kid, you alright? She introduces herself as Lady Lunaria, warning, since you're fine, then take 3 of my moves, try not to die. Leaving our hero completely bewildered, she lunges at him with terrifying speed, snarling, kid, here I come. And her fist stops just inches from his face, the sheer pressure forcing him to freeze. But he barely manages to blink away, narrowly avoiding a lethal blow. Gasping, she's so fast, I almost died on the spot. Realizing the gap between them, he mutters, this demon woman's combat power is terrifying. She mocks his reliance on abilities, your reactions are decent but you rely way too much on skills, and he struggles to keep up, she's too fast, even Eye of Insight can't catch her. While he desperately scans the area, shouting, where is she? Lady Lunaria launches a lethal assault, forcing Zhang Liu to dodge. As he gasps, that's 2 moves already, while barely keeping his composure, and she smirks, dodged it on instinct, did you? Interesting, while he cries out, hey, that's cheating, you're pulling out a weapon too, as she prepares her final devastating strike with a radiant blade, and he realizes she's moving so fast it's like she's spamming blink. While he braces himself, thinking, stay calm, I have to block this last strike. As he recalls the blood-drinking Mad Blade's tactics, realizing the danger, and he mirrors his opponent's strategy, turning the Eye of Insight against her. While he narrows his eyes, if I were the demon woman I'd choose to, as he perfectly predicts the trajectory and intercepts her blade, shouting, right here, as he successfully blocks the final crushing blow. And the system pings, you have completed the quest, Lunaria's trial. While she grins, not bad kid, willing to take me as your master. As the prompt appears, accept Temple Inheritance, unique hidden class, and he celebrates, finally, Temple Inheritance, the name sounds insanely strong. While he accepts teacher, I'm willing, what's our class, it's gotta be powerful. As she holds out a golden relic, HMPH, listen up, our class is, dropping the bombshell, Bard, as the legendary item glows with immense power. Leaving him stunned, Bard, it doesn't sound strong, will it really be better? Lady Lunaria smacks him, this is the only inheritance, don't look down on it. And as he begs for his Wind Whisper class back, she just brushes him off, teasing him about his heaven's fate and how he's got luck on his side, explaining it's a hidden stat tied to destiny, opportunities, and his very survival. But she turns serious, noting that such immense talent always comes with a price. Dropping the bombshell, in your original world, your real body is dying, isn't it? Leaving our hero reeling, how does she know that? This game isn't just a game. She stops him from asking more, warning that the truth would only bring him disaster. And as he clutches the relic, he realizes this inheritance might be his only salvation. So he accepts the power, letting the golden light wash over his entire being. While the system chimes, you have successfully changed your class to Bard trainee, and he stares at his hands in disbelief. It actually worked, but I feel the same. Checking his stats, he finds nothing special, just a standard support build. So he asks, teacher, do we get any signature finisher moves like the one you used? But she just smirks, did I not tell you, bards are support, no finishers, which hits him like a truck, a support class, you have to be kidding me. He screams, teacher, you're lying to me, as his hopes for a DPS build vanish, but she starts counting down, 6, I'll teach you 3 skills, take it or leave it, and as she hits 4, 5, he frantically shouts, fine, I'll learn them, just stop. While the system demands a hefty price of 20 gold for every single skill, Jiang Liu balks at the gold price, but she just flashes a grin, you didn't think they were free, did you, before snatching his gear as payment, leaving him in total shock as his precious amethyst sword vanishes from his inventory, while she mocks his forging skills and claims the weapon for herself. But the system pings, confirming he's successfully unlocked 4 powerful new skills, and he grumbles she really is a total demon woman as he checks the interface to see his buffs are actually game-breaking, realizing, wait, these beginner-level stats are absolutely insane. While she watches him gloat, smugly asking if he finally sees the potential, before she vanishes, telling him to train alone until they meet in the city. And though he has a million questions, he decides to just roll with it, until a mysterious glimmer catches his eye near the cavern wall, revealing a rare badge dropped by the demon he just defeated, which triggers a prompt to unlock the secret Frost Archer class, and he smirks, knowing his luck is about to turn everything around. While her voice echoes, show me how you defy fate itself, as he finally steps out of the freezing dark into blinding light, grinning wide, feeling like he's finally caught a massive break, and he emerges into the breathtaking dreamscape plains, stunned by the view, whispering, this place is like a literal fairyland. A pair of strangers corners Jiang Liu, demanding to know how he escaped the cave. As the 12th Squad's captain warns him that messing with their operation carries a heavy price, but Jiang Liu recognizes the group as a corporate-backed organization hunting the mutated monster, and when the red-haired warrior lunges, he parries her strike with a display of raw, unexpected skill, leaving the green-haired archer stunned that a mere player could block their fastest assault, especially when she realizes the weapon in his hand is a rare, glowing gold-tier item. And they quickly deduce that this solo player has somehow cleared the entire bat cave alone, prompting the archer to order her teammate not to let him escape with their potential loot, while Jiang Liu stares them down, coolly asking, you too know me, and the warrior sneers that he's just a walking treasure chest who needs to hand over his gear, threatening to camp his spawn point if he refuses to comply with their demands. But Jiang Liu just laughs, since when does having a hidden class give you the right to treat me like your personal ATM? As the archer fires a lethal projectile, screaming that she'll send him straight to his death, and he activates a celestial chant, borrowing the flow of time's light, let my steps race alongside the paths of stars, triggering a massive agility buff that pushes his stats to an insane level, allowing him to blur past their vision with a speed that defies their expectations. Leaving the warrior panicked as she realizes he's already swapped to the elusive Wind Whisper class, and the archer gasps in horror that he's snatched the very class badge they were hunting, so she commands her partner to stop stalling and finish him off with a high-level skill. As the warrior channels her power, grinning, let's see how he handles my skill. Jiang Liu effortlessly dodges the heavy strike, taunting, not bad speed. As he counters, strength's decent too, I'll play with you for a bit, and he activates a powerful hymn, boosting his attack stats by 50%. While the red-haired warrior lunges, screaming, speed is the only thing you've got, take this punch. But he catches her fist midair, smirking, is that all you've got? Leaving her stunned that he blocked her buffed attack with a strength-type skill, while the green-haired archer shouts, no time to space out, just a dream. And she releases a glowing, high-velocity arrow aimed straight at his heart. But Jiang Liu deflects the projectile with ease, mocking, this slow, as the deflected energy tears through the ground, kicking up massive debris, and he takes a direct hit from an exploding arrow, his health bar ticking down, while he realizes, exploding arrows, I slipped up, is that her class skill? As the warrior closes the distance, grinning, got him. But he begins a celestial chant, melody as chains bind this mortal shell, binding tune play, and the warrior freezes in place, shrieking, what's happening, I can't move, pervert, stop looking. While he blushes, stammering, didn't see anything as she accuses him of lying, and the archer gasps in horror, immobilized, that's not right, Wind Whisper doesn't have an immobilized skill. As Jiang Liu strikes back with a flurry of hits, well then, sorry about this. And the warrior is overwhelmed by the damage, crying out, just a dream. While he stands ready, his eyes cold, one left. Jiang Liu lunges with blinding speed, his blade cutting through the air, but he knows those exploding arrows are a death trap if he stays too close, so he dances through the field, closing the gap on the relentless archer, chanting, melody as chains bind this mortal shell, binding tune play. And the skill lands perfectly, locking her in place as his damage numbers spike. Yet she just flashes a sinister grin, clearly hiding a massive ace up her sleeve, as she suddenly pivots, delivering a high-velocity kick that sends him reeling back, leaving him stunned. Her defense is this high, but he refuses to back down, growling, then let's try triggering Fallen Dagger's 10x damage, while she mocks his pace, screaming, too slow, run faster. And he desperately attempts to reapply his binding melody, only to find his strike parried by her overwhelming physical prowess. As he realizes, still no fall proc, even with the hymn active, something is off, and she counters with a brutal blow, shattering his rhythm and forcing him to retreat, while his precious buffs expire, leaving him vulnerable and wide open to her assault. As she taunts him, I must admit your class skills are quite impressive. Adding with a cold, dark laugh, and now you can't trigger any critical hits anymore, can you? And he stares in disbelief as she continues, I'll just be merciful and tell you, revealing she's equipped anti-crit armor, you're actually pretty impressive for making me use this gear. Before she downs a potion, her health surging as she prepares to finish him for good. This archer eyes him, I'll make the most of these 3 hours. Mocking him with a grin, watching you scramble is genuinely entertaining. But Jiang Liu retorts, thanks to you I'm enjoying myself too, and she scoffs, it's great you can take this much of a beating, as he begins a celestial chant to tear through her defenses, triggering massive game-breaking buffs that send his stats skyrocketing, leaving her stunned. What kind of class is this? It breaks the balance. Yet she clings to her anti-crit armor, praying it keeps her safe. While he leaps into the air, melody as chains bind this mortal shell, binding tune play, and she screams in frustration, this guy just never gives up. As he channels a new terrifying chant, may your pain be received twofold. And she gasps as a debuff icon appears, doubling all damage she takes. While he looms over her, had a lot of fun shooting arrows, my turn, and she panics, what class are you playing, don't tell me. As the scene shifts to a tavern where experts discuss hidden class rankings, with a warrior laughing off the idea that a support class could be dangerous. But the bartender warns, the buffs are terrifying, if you encounter one just run, and the archer asks, so what's the name of this game-breaking support class? While the bartender looks grim, leaning in to drop the truth, whispering, the temple's one and only inheritance, the bard. This archer stares in disbelief, the temple inheritance, I actually ran into it. Jiang Liu smirks, I'm pretty curious about that myself, but right now, he unleashes a devastating strike, shouting, I'm sending you to the respawn point. As the battlefield falls silent, his golden blade glowing with lethal intent, and the archer vanishes into light, screaming that the 12th squad will not let this slide, leaving Jiang Liu to scavenge their loot, noting the silver tier gear they dropped. Though he sighs that the anti-crit armor did not drop, he still walks away with a solid profit, finally reaching the safety of Misty Village after being hunted for far too long, where he stretches his weary limbs, desperate for a break before heading to Misty Mountain. But a strange, phantom sound pulls him out of his immersion, snapping him back to reality in his quiet, dimly lit apartment, as he stares at his game helmet, wondering what could possibly be calling him. Until he sees a video call request flashing on his tablet, and he realizes with a jolt, knew it, it's her, Fox Fairy. This screen lights up to reveal her in a bath, teasing, yo, Jiang Liu, how do you like the present I gave you? Causing him to flush bright red as he stammers, Fox Fairy, you idiot, why are you video calling while you're in the bath? She just laughs, explaining that signal is rare and this is the only time she can talk. And she playfully leans closer, whispering, want me to show you a little more? Forcing him to cover his eyes in a panic, idiot, moron, get back in the tub. As she steps out, sighing that she's been dying to talk because Saturn is completely empty. High-rank awakened warriors often venture into deep space, seeking pure energy fields that only the ultra-wealthy can afford, while Jiang Liu struggles to grasp the true nature of New Origin. Haunted by a mysterious teacher who saw right through his physical weakness, and Fox Fairy casually reveals her identity while getting ready, explaining that the game world originated from a mysterious meteorite, where monsters and NPCs are far more than just lines of code, leaving Jiang Liu stunned that his mentor might actually be a real person, as Fox Fairy warns that this game is his only chance to survive. Staring intensely into the camera, Jiang Liu, you are not allowed to die. He stammers in agreement, completely caught off guard by her sudden intensity, but she shifts to teasing him about his health as she gets dressed, just as his sister Yanner bursts into the room with a delivery, freezing in her tracks when she sees the screen, where a beautiful woman is clearly visible on his tablet, leaving our boy absolutely panicked as his face turns beet red, and Fox Fairy cheerfully greets his sister, hi, I'm Jiang Liu's. While he desperately flails, screaming, it's not what it looks like, but Yanner is already processing the chaos with a blank stare, before sprinting away to tell their mom, bro's talking to a girl. Yanner stares in awe at the high-tech helmet, while Jiang Liu desperately hushes her to keep their parents away. But she's already hooked, begging him to let her play too, so he explains the harsh reality that each helmet is iris-locked, leaving her stunned when he mentions the million-coin price tag, as he reveals it's a limited edition piece that simulates all 5 senses, and she dreams of the virtual fields while he realizes he owes Fox Fairy big time, so he suggests a cheaper wristband alternative only for her to cling to him again, until their brother reminds them both that Jiang Liu's physical health is fragile, and Jiang Liu decides to transfer a massive sum of 1,000 star coins, telling them to buy their own gear with the money he earned in-game, causing them both to gasp in shock at his sudden, massive wealth, as he reassures them not to worry and just focus on their own journey, leaving his siblings teary-eyed and overwhelmed by his generosity, until Yanner tackles him in a hug, nearly knocking the wind out of him, and he gives them strict orders to hit level 10 before attempting a class change. Knowing that these hidden class badges are the key to their survival in this era, but when they ask for his in-game ID, he awkwardly admits he's moved past the newbie zone, so they ask if he's heard of the legendary player known as Just a Dream, and Jiang Liu has to keep his cool as they gush about the game's top-ranked powerhouse. Jiang Liu stares at the screen, am I really that famous already? While his sister gushes over the legendary player, unaware of the truth. And he sighs, alright, just a dream is awesome, let your brother rest, as he prepares his medical supplies knowing his real-world health is failing, spending his hard-earned coins on relief serum to keep his body stable, because he knows his survival is entirely dependent on his virtual progress. And he grips his helmet, my path to survival is all tied to this game now, before diving back into the digital world to secure his future. Arriving at Misty Village to find players swarming the area, as he wonders why everyone is crowded around a specific gate, and a stranger sneers, don't bother, Lady Angel hasn't opened her door once, explaining that they all bypass the bats to trigger this exclusive quest, leaving Jiang Liu shocked, avoid the bats, no fighting, you can do that. And the guy laughs, no way bro, are you a total newbie? Before gossiping about the top-ranked player, someone saw him get the temple inheritance. While Jiang Liu keeps his cool, actually the teacher left a while ago, but a massive warrior interrupts, he's just a support class, he'll be dead in seconds, as Jiang Liu realizes his identity is leaking thanks to the 12th squad, and he asks, so who exactly is this Lady Angel? While the stranger points at a potion, look at the detailed description on your red potion. Jiang Liu inspects the potion's label, his eyes widening as he realizes, Apothecary Angel, are all the medicine recipes in this game from her? A bystander confirms that 99% of all available potions originate from her, while a mob of desperate players screams for her to come out and accept them as students, only for the crowd to be mocked for their pathetic, loud-mouthed attempts at attention. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifts as a level 99 entity, Butterfly Coco, emerges, leaving Jiang Liu stunned by the sheer power radiating from this mysterious guardian. But before the crowd can react, a loudmouth tries to claim credit for her appearance, and in a blur of motion, Coco strikes him down with a single lethal blow, leaving the player reeling in disbelief. What just happened? I got chopped in a safe zone. Jiang Liu watches the display, trembling so fast I would not even have time to chant a spell. This guardian turns her gaze toward him, calmly whispering, just a dream, come in. He freezes, his heart hammering against his ribs. She actually called me by my name. This realization hits the surrounding crowd like a lightning bolt. Wait, you're just a dream. Chaos erupts as players scramble. The big shot is actually here. This is insane. Jiang Liu offers a polite nod. Sorry, I did not say anything earlier. Your info really helped me. While a fanboy breaks down in tears, just a dream, sir. I'm your biggest fan. As he steps through the gate, the fan whispers, he's even younger and more handsome than the rumors. This remaining players bicker over why he gets special treatment, ignoring the danger of the gate, while Jiang Liu enters the serene, plant-filled sanctuary, completely mesmerized by its beauty. Jiang Liu steps into the sanctuary, guarded by the lethal Butterfly Coco, as the legendary apothecary Angel mocks him, so you're just a dream, you look pretty weak. He stands there, completely caught off guard, asking, Lady Angel, why did you call me here? She teases him about the recent violence. Coco's attack just now must have scared you, right? Before he can answer, she holds out a glowing blue vial. Here, this is an apology gift for you. Jiang Liu takes the item, his heart racing as he wonders what she's planning, and his eyes nearly pop out of his head when the status window reveals a Saintrank Swift potion. Agility plus 800%. This is insane, it's even better than my own skills. She just smiles, of course it is, I've got all kinds of other potions I can give you too. This catch is revealed as she purrs, naturally, as long as you accept my inheritance and change into an apothecary, you can have them all. Shock ripples through him, his mind reeling at the cost of such power. But she winks, the condition is super simple, you just have to abandon your current class. He stands in silence, his gut telling him that this woman is playing a much deeper game, and he politely places the potion back on the table. Lady Angel, thank you for your kindness. Her expression hardens, the playful mask slipping to reveal a cold, calculating gaze, as he stands his ground, but I don't plan on changing classes for now, if there's nothing else I'll be going. She stops him dead in his tracks with a chilling question, what if I said I can cure your myasthenia-like syndrome? This world seems to stop for Jiang Liu as the weight of her words hits him like a physical blow. And she leans in closer, whispering, I can directly treat you, want to reconsider. He realizes this is the miracle he's been hunting for, the entire reason he risked everything to enter the game. Jiang Liu realizes the stakes are life and death, calling his teacher a cold, dark-bellied demon woman, yet he insists on keeping his current path as a bard, flashing a defiant grin as he declares his love for the class. And he threatens, if you don't help me, I'll haunt you even after I die. Triggering a hidden trial that demands he survive the Guardian's wrath, as the lethal Butterfly Coco instantly lunges with a massive blade, forcing him to dodge a strike that could end his run. While he panics, why did some hidden quest suddenly trigger like this? And the apothecary Angel smirks, impressive that you managed to dodge that. But Jiang Liu knows she's hiding a much darker, colder intent, as the Guardian radiates pure killing intent, ready to strike again. And the Angel commands, Coco, kill him, don't give him any time to chant, leaving our boy barely avoiding a lethal high-speed slash, though he realizes his chanting finished just as he turned to leave, and he shouts, no matter how cute your smile looks, I'm not trusting baseless kindness, as the Guardian closes the distance in a terrifying, instant blur, forcing him to perform a desperate acrobatic maneuver to stay alive, while the clock ticks down with only 10 seconds remaining. And the Angel watches in shock, wondering how he's actually surviving. Apothecary Angel realizes her precious potion has been swiped, while Jiang Liu, boosted by the Saintrank buff, dodges with insane speed, and she screams, "You actually dared to drink my potion. Coco, kill him," as the lethal guardian unleashes a flurry of high-speed strikes, leaving Jiang Liu gasping, "Less than 10 seconds left, I have to survive," while he narrowly evades a blade that slices through the very air. And he flashes a defiant smirk knowing he's pushing his limits. As the Guardian's blade misses his throat by a mere hair's breadth, and the Angel commands a halt just as the clock hits 0, triggering a system notification, Hidden Quest, Angel's Trial 2 complete. Jiang Liu collapses panting, "That was absolutely terrifying," but the Guardian does not stop, forcing him to scramble back in shock, as the blade descends with lethal intent, ignoring the quest end. And he barely blocks the strike, shouting, "That's enough," as the weapons clash, sending shockwaves through the sanctuary, while the Guardian's cold, mechanical eyes lock onto his. And the Angel steps forward, "You've got guts, kid, I heard every word," leaving Jiang Liu wide-eyed as he realizes teacher. While she mocks him, blindly trusting an enemy's time limit is dangerous, still too green, and he fires back, "You too, since you set 1 minute, you should stick to it." The sisters clash with the apothecary Angel snapping, "You're the one who jumped in," while the younger sister retorts, "This is my trial, sis," leaving Jiang Liu completely stunned to discover their true relationship. As the apothecary Angel introduces her sister, the temple bard, who holds the key to his cure, but the bard is not happy, accusing her sister of holding a personal grudge against him, while Jiang Liu realizes these two are absolute demon women. Yet he's shocked when the Angel coldly admits, "You're just more useful to me alive." This bard mocks her sister's soft spot, calling it gross to get attached to a kid, and the Angel snaps back, "Shut it and treat him or I'll send you to heaven." Jiang Liu stands frozen, realizing he's still facing a final trial. As the system pings, "Hidden Quest, Angel's Trial 3 triggered, brew a low-grade swift potion." This Angel scoffs at the difficulty, daring him to quit if he lacks the talent. While Jiang Liu questions if it's truly that hard to brew, and the bard explains that while she lacks combat skill, her potion buffs are legendary, leading to a petty bickering match between the sisters over who is more skilled, until the Angel warns him that experimenting with such power is incredibly dangerous, and she finally steps up, demanding he prove his worth by passing this trial, declaring, "Watch closely, kid, I'm only demonstrating this once." As Jiang Liu steels his nerves, ready to absorb every single movement, activating his Eye of Insight to master the technique in one go, this apothecary Angel breaks down the complex alchemy, carefully selecting the rare ice marrow, while the distillation process reaches a critical volatile stage, forcing Jiang Liu to watch every movement with absolute precision, because he knows that missing a single detail means total failure, as he recalls the impossible rarity of reaching Saintrank status. And she issues a final, stern warning to wait for the perfect fusion, before sliding the finished potion over with a cold, "Done, your turn." She mocks his arrogance, betting he'll crash and burn immediately, adding a lethal threat that Coco will cut him down if he slips up, leaving our boy sweating but focused on the detailed instructions, while the bard's sister questions if he's really ready for this, and Jiang Liu steals his resolve, declaring, "Teacher, I'd like to try." She smiles, though the pressure in the room is suffocating, noting that this level of alchemy has completely abandoned game-like assistance. As the sisters watch him, waiting to see if he's truly gifted, with the bard asking if she's really going to help him if he succeeds, while she reveals that the true temple inheritance remains untouched by modern systems, and drops the bombshell that a class badge is not enough to qualify as a bard, because he must recite an ancient, unforgiving oath without a single mistake. This apothecary Angel reveals the ancient language he's studying, and she's stunned that he mastered it in just 10 minutes, admitting, "The pronunciation was flawless, I even asked him once," before she demands to know how he's so far beyond the average human, leading Jiang Liu to confess his childhood curse of a perfect, endless memory, which ultimately led to a tragic collapse and a life-threatening illness. And he recalls his parents calling his gift a monster's burden, while the sisters watch in disbelief as he breezes through the complex alchemy, and he hits the final step with a wind element crystal, leaving the guardian Coco frozen in shock at his perfect execution, as he triumphantly shouts, "I did it," and the system floods his screen with rewards and a massive level up, while the bard sister stares at the potion, unable to process his speed, explaining that memory capacity is the ultimate bottleneck for any true apothecary, and she reveals she once failed to develop a potion to fix that very limit, so she's stunned to finally see someone with such raw, terrifying potential. But the mood shifts instantly as Coco lunges with a mysterious syringe, and she plunges the needle into his neck before he can react, forcing him to collapse as his vision blurs and his body gives out. While the Angel coolly dismisses her sister's panic, claiming she's just probing his soul, this apothecary Angel presses a finger to his forehead, diving deep into his mind to map out his spiritual world, where she expects to find nothing more than a shallow stream, unlike the raging waterfall she's seen in others, and she sneezes, already bored with this supposed test, muttering that this kid's soul is just as mediocre as she thought, until her expression shifts from boredom to pure, unfiltered shock, as her eyes widen, gasping, this is," because she's suddenly standing before a massive, surging ocean, and she realizes with dread that something lies hidden behind the waves, as a towering, majestic structure rises from the depths of his consciousness, leaving her breathless as she stares at the impossible sight, realizing this is not just a soul, but a fortress of the mind. And she whispers in disbelief, "Could that be a memory palace?" Touching the cold stone, she recalls legends of supreme deities, but the palace reacts, blasting her back with a surge of raw power, forcing her to recoil as she is violently ejected from his mind, and she crashes to the floor, leaving the bard's sister stunned. As the angel gasps, Lunaria, inside this brat's spirit world, he's built a memory palace, and the bard stares back, trembling, you're saying a memory palace? Zhang Liu stares in total confusion, asking, what's a memory palace? While the bard beams, you're really something, kid, I've never seen one before, it's incredible. As the apothecary angel watches the exchange with a sharp, calculating gaze, and the bard adds, I've helped you, but I have one condition. This angel snaps, you've done enough already and you still want to name conditions. While the bard insists, I want Zhang Liu to inherit my class, leaving him stunned. And she bops him on the head, shouting, call me teacher, I've been to your soul spring. This angel scoffs, as long as he keeps his status, I don't care about your half-baked tricks, but the bard just winks, we bards are not that uptight, staying alive is the basic rule. Zhang Liu interrupts, I've kept you company long enough, hand over the potion that can save me. This bard's eyes widen in sudden, intense realization. And she bickers with her sister, I never said I could not do anything at all, as she reveals a glowing, mysterious blue vial, declaring, this is a rebirth potion, if your body dies, your soul will remain in that world. This angel stares at the liquid with a look of pure, skeptical exhaustion, while the sisters break into a cartoonish brawl, the angel threatening to disown her sibling, until the bard stops, admitting, it's very difficult but not impossible. She explains there's a legendary book called the Nether River Potions Codex hidden in the game world, detailing a process of 8 hours of bone-shattering agony to achieve a total rebirth, leaving Zhang Liu breathless as he whispers, Nirvana-like rebirth, a new life. His sisters bicker over the location of the legendary codex, with Zhang Liu calling out their uselessness after all that hype, and he hits them with the hard truth, will this even fix my real body? This angel smirks, promising, leave that to me, I have ways to bridge the gap, while she vows to personally oversee the brewing process to ensure perfection, though her sister immediately calls her out for being a shameless, greedy treasure hog, as she hands over the unique potion notes and grants him full access to her garden, leaving our boy beaming with a grateful, thank you, teacher angel, while the sisters continue their petty squabble in the background. And an hour later, Zhang Liu flexes his results with a plus 50% stat boost, earning him high praise from his new mentors for his terrifyingly fast progress. Before the angel drops the final clue, search the depths of Misty Mountain, adding that they are not in their real bodies, so he's on his own now, and he steps out of the sanctuary ready to face the world, while the sisters watch him go, secretly thrilled by their own win-win arrangement. But Zhang Liu notices the eerie silence hanging over the streets, realizing the local players are terrified of the level 99 guardian lurking nearby, as he walks through town unaware that he's being hunted, and a mysterious observer whispers, notify the captain he's heading for Misty Mountain. While Zhang Liu pauses, stunned by an unexpected message from Yanner, Zhang Liu's screen pings with a desperate invite from his sister, urging him to join her guild at the Misty Mountain entrance. But he realizes his brother is stuck at a lower level, and wonders why he's never heard of this all-female Flower Pavilion guild, deciding to head there anyway to scout their true potential, where he finally meets the group standing in the misty woods, and his sister waves him over, oblivious to the tension in the air, though she's confused why his level and it are completely hidden, while the guild members whisper, what if this random guy just holds us back? As Zhang Liu realizes they only want him to act as a meat shield, and the vice president, Red Rose, introduces herself with a cold, calculating stare, mocking his gear as if he's some scrub who scavenged from the starter zone, but his sister fiercely defends him, insisting he's a veteran player. So Zhang Liu just pats her head, telling her to stay calm, leaving Red Rose stunned that he's taking their insults with such grace. Before she bluntly admits their tank died and they need him to step up. And they march into the forest while he worries about missing critical chat updates, unaware that a storm is brewing behind his back, as the local monsters plot to make him suffer for stealing their hidden rewards, and a terrifying creature lunges, forcing him to face his first real test. A level 13 treant erupts from the earth, roaring with raw power, while the Flower Pavilion guild girls scramble to react, but Zhang Liu lunges forward, shouting, not a chance. As Red Rose screams, keep it locked down, don't slack, and the girls focus their spells to drain the beast's HP, while Zhang Liu strikes, carving deep damage into the wooden monster, leaving the guild members cheering, Red Rose, that hit was insane, as Zhang Liu observes their teamwork, thinking they might be useful, while Red Rose praises his speed, unaware of his true strength, though the others mock him, sneering, my grandma could carry us. And his sister giggles, telling him his move was really cool, until the ground suddenly trembles with a violent, earth-shattering force, as a massive dark vine snakes through the misty forest, forcing Zhang Liu to scoop his sister up and dodge the impact, while the girls gasp, what just happened, what is this? As 3 elite monsters emerge, each boasting 20,000 HP, and Zhang Liu shouts, how are 3 special bosses spawning now? While Red Rose panics, screaming, fall back, we can't handle this. As our boy agrees, retreating is the only option right now, while the massive wooden claws crash down, nearly crushing the team. This massive treant looms over the guild, pinning them down, as it growls, you're not going anywhere, leaving the girls in total shock that the monster can actually speak. But Zhang Liu stays calm, chanting, melody as chains bind this mortal shell. and he successfully locks the beast in place with a binding tune, shouting for the team to take cover behind a nearby boulder, while they scramble to safety, wondering how they'll ever survive this. And Jiang Liu draws his blade, declaring, "We might as well gamble it all." Red Rose snaps at him to stop showing off, until she catches a glimpse of the weapon in his grip, realizing in horror that's the #1 weapon on the rankings, the fallen dagger. This girls whisper in disbelief, questioning if he's the real deal, and they demand he prove his identity right now, but he ignores their petty bickering to focus on the fight, while a meta-commentary pops up about the release schedule, and he casts a massive buff, leaving the guild stunned by the 50% stat spike, as they realize he's using high-tier support skills back-to-back, while he hands out potions, telling them to use them to end this fast. And he orders Red Rose to strike the elite monster while it's vulnerable, as he orchestrates their positions to turn the tide of battle. Red Rose demands to know how they'll handle the boss, but Jiang Liu draws his blade, cold and ready, declaring, "Those two are mine," leaving his sister stunned by his sudden, reliable intensity, as he blitzes the tree, carving massive numbers into its bark, while Red Rose watches in disbelief at his sheer speed and damage. And the rest of the guild realizes they're actually holding their own, with Red Rose wondering how one person could carry them this hard, as Jiang Liu shreds the monster's HP, prompting his sister to gasp, "No way," when the system pings, confirming the rare first kill and legendary loot drops, and the girls lose their minds, realizing they've been saved by a true legend, while his sister stares at him from behind the tree, heart racing. As the realization hits her like a truck, is that actually my brother? But the tree demon is not done growling, "I never expected you'd obtain the inheritance." Jiang Liu keeps his guard up, mocking, "Even a monster knows my secrets," and the beast snarls, "Foolish whelp, I'll kill you to vent my anger." Our boy just smirks, chanting, "May your pain be received twofold," as the thunder god's chant hits, doubling the damage the monster takes. And the treant's eyes widen, whispering, "You really do remind me of a legendary presence," as Jiang Liu leaps into the final strike, shattering the elite boss with one decisive, earth-shattering blow. Jiang Liu delivers the final, crushing blow to the boss, as the system floods his screen with legendary first kill rewards, and he grins, eager to see what kind of power he just unlocked, while the loot reveals rare silver tier gear to boost his stats, plus 2 mysterious scrolls that could change his entire playstyle, so he quickly equips the new set, feeling his power level skyrocket, as a hidden prompt announces he's the first to break 100 agility, granting him the unique Lightning Shadow skill to summon a clone, and he laughs, "The mana cost is high, but this is absolutely broken," while he turns his attention to the scrolls, wondering how to use them, realizing one can transfer skills between gear, a total game changer. And the other lets him force level his abilities without the grind, so he boosts War God's Ode to intermediate, doubling his attack power, as he realizes he's only scratched the surface of his true potential, while the system officially credits Red Rose with the elite monster kill, and Jiang Liu watches from the shadows, satisfied with the chaos he caused, as the Flower Pavilion girls celebrate their newfound fame and glory. Though he steps out to congratulate them, keeping his legend status hidden, while the real world reminds us to catch the next double update.